Hi guys, Marvin Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing on their end? Hope everybody is well. Welcome back to my comic review. Um, the month of October is running around really good, and the first run of my surprise sweepstakes is coming up soon. You guys keep delivering your input on the videos. Um, and give me your thoughts on the books that you may have read or the books that I've read, and you've read the same books and you telling me what you thought about them. Continue. That's how you enter my sweepstakes. I have the prize, um, and once again, like I said, the last review of October, that's when I will dispatch the winner. And once I get the winner, I will contact you and ask you for your personal information so I can send you the gift. What I can tell you what the gift is, and like I said, I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys because it's a surprise. You know, you'll never know what the prizes are going to be. But what I can tell you is that it is comic related, and it is a character that I have a lot of respect for. He is and it's a male character. That's all you're gonna get to know. Excuse me. Pomegranate tea. Yeah, good stuff. All right, so let's get right to these. Let's get to the review, shall we? If you don't mind, you got this right here. Um, I still have uh, some digital codes for my Marvel books, guys. Not a lot of them. Um, I think I still have for a few. I could be wrong. But anyway, let's get right to it. So we're going to start with DC, sandwich that with Independent, and end it with Marvel. All right, so let's kick it off with Batwoman, number 35. Who are the unknowns? Uh, uh, Janetti and if I'm butchering the names, I apologize. Aaron Drekio, I hope I'm saying the name right. Uh, I believe this is a new creative team on Batwoman. Um, like I said before on my haul video, it's Batwoman in outer space, and she's got a little ragtag gang with her. Um, Ragman, Clayface, her sister, uh, Etrigan, and Etrigan the Demon. And they're out in space fighting Morgana Le Fay. And it gets crazy, but that was the trippiest thing for me is, like I said, it's Batwoman in outer space. Don't want to spoil too much for you, um, but some shit goes down in here like, ooh, especially what happens to Etrigan. I was like, ooh, but it's always good to see, the rhymes, and I love how Morgana Le Fay is like really getting pissed off about him rhyming. Batwoman's like, "Do you always got to rhyme everything?" I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah, Batwoman 35, not bad. All right, last DC book, Green Lantern, New Guardians. Sorry about that glare. New Guardians number 35. This is Act 1, Part 4 of the Godheads. Justin Jordan, and who does the artwork in this? Brad Walker does the artwork. Uh, okay, now this story seems to get a little bit better. Um, Kyle starts to find out some things about these new Guardians that is a little surprising, but also it's a little bit like he's dealt with this kind of crap before with the past Guardians. We're starting to see that these new Guardians are maybe as not as maybe isn't as better than those old Guardians, and what they have planned for Kyle and things like that. Kyle starts to realize that maybe he can't control the power of the White Lantern. Things like that. It's getting really crazy. There is a confrontation between him and the High Father of the New Gods. Um, I don't know how I feel about this whole Kyle and Carol, relationship now. I, call me crazy. It's just that, I'm like, okay, but it's interesting. It's getting better. This Godhead story arc, but in this definitely it was a little bit, I would just say a little bit too predictable, because I kind of figured that these Guardians have some kind of dark secrets or something like that. Oops, sorry. All right, so we move on to some indie books. We've got 4 indie books, 2 from Dynamite and 2 from IDW. Let's kick it off with Magnus, Robot Fighter #7. Fred Van Lint, Corey Smith. Still continue to do a very good job with this title. As you all know, Magus is in a future where pretty much robots nearly rule, but he's the type of guy that knows the robot's weaknesses and things like that. He has no memory of who he was, but he starts to get him back, and pretty much he's still on a quest, still trying to get his life back. That's his quest. That's his purpose, and he ain't gonna stop until he uh he gets his life back. And with the little help of another ally, he's gonna keep trying. He's gonna try or die. He's gonna keep going or die trying. The artwork in here by Corey Smith, which it suits the series. I'll show you just a little bit. Here you go. Like, you can see like a little bit of, I'm sorry about that glare again. You see like a little bit of the artwork in here. But yeah, uh, Magus #7. Uh, Still doing a good job, Mr. Lint. Very good job. Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. This is issue #8. Greg Pak, like I said before, is still killing it on this title. Um, Takashi Miyama Mi Mi Miyazawa. Artwork is not bad. It's very anime-ish, very anime-ish. So basically, um, Turok. Basically, let's just cut it out there. Turok meets Genghis Khan. Yeah, he meets Genghis Khan. You got to remember the timeline. This is North America, 1210 AD, and Turok meets Genghis Khan, but he also meets his he meets Genghis Khan's daughter, who seems to have like a affection for him as well. Um, Another tribe uh, asks for Turok's help, and he tries to go in there. The tribe feels uh, we find a little bit more in depth into the death of Turok's family, and Genghis Khan is not, is not gonna have that. But Turok does come to the aid of this tribe, and with a little bit of help from an ally, they're able to thwart Genghis Khan. But it was really good. It was really good. It was fun. Like I said, it had the artwork is very anime-ish or manga-ish. But like I said, Turok still does a good job. Uh, I mean, Greg Pak's still doing a good job on his title. I can't wait to read the next issue, because in the next issue we start to get a source. We start to finally issue number 9. It's the beginning of a new arc, and it's pretty much Turok heads to England, and he's gonna meet Robin Hood, and and he pretty much starts to. This is where he really starts to learn how come dinosaurs are coming back to life and things like that. So, looking forward to that as well. Turok. All right, we move on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 39. Kevin Eastman. I tip my head to, sir. The cover is badass, like I said. So we yes. Old Hub is still putting the army together. Uh, Donnie is still, I wouldn't say at bay, but he's really kind of not connected with the rest of the turtles, because he still feels that the Krang should be the real objective, not Shredder. Um, and of course, like I said, we saw Pete the Pigeon ask 2 other mutants to join, and those 2 other mutants were Bebop and Rocksteady. Unfortunately, they come, and Hub is like telling Pete, like, "What the fuck did you bring them here?" Like, and he Old Hub tries to lay this down, like, we're mutants, we stick together against the humans, but yada yada yada. And Bebop, or I believe it's Bebop or Rocksteady, says, "Wait a minute, I'm half human," and that's when shit starts going crazy. Um, we also get to see Apollex is back in town, um, and she needs Angel's help, who is in a bio suit, and I think she's called Nowhere, actually. No One. It's kind of funny. Um, just a lot of good action in this. Good action. The drama is there. You tend to want to root for, you know, um, what's going on in between the brothers, and of course with Master Splinter. Uh, but like I said, Kevin Eastman just continues to do a fantastic job on this title. And oh my God, it just is good stuff. That's all I can say, guys. If you're not reading the Turtles comic, I do recommend it. Is it not? You could probably find the first 30 some issues in trade. Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures, number 16. We have Matthew Manning and Paul Allure. They do the writing, do the stories, and Chad Thomas does the art for one story, and Marcelo Ferreira does the art for another. The first story was kind of cool, because the turtles trying to figure out where does Master Splinter go when he does his walkabouts. Like he goes up to the surface every year or every other year or so, just to go around. So they try to follow him, and as much as they try to keep up with him, they can't. They get into a lot of trouble. They run into Fish Face and Razor and Mausers and things like that. And in the meantime, we see a little bit of flashbacks between Splinter when he was just Mamoto Yoshi, and we finally get to see what he does. And he watches a comet that came on Karai's birthday, Miwa's birthday. And what's cool about it is we also get to see Miwa or Karai watching the same, and she slithers back in. Like, first you see her in her snake form, then you see her human, then she turns away, which was really cool. The other issue is the turtle shell, or what do they call their truck? What is it called again? The shell raiser, yeah, I believe that's what it's called. Gets uh, broken down. A bum comes. Donnie tried to fix it, and this guy who seems to be, I believe, homeless, comes and says, "Hey, buddy, I can help fix it." And Donnie gets scared. He tries to put on a disguise and everything like that. And I'm not gonna spoil if the homeless guy does fix it, but I love what he said to the police officers at the end, and it was just so funny. But this issue was not a lot of Mikey heavy. Even I, as much as I like Michelangelo, even I will say the couple of issues that came before this, they were really Mikey heavy, and it really wasn't fair to the other turtles. But in this, it's not. All right. So now, like I said, we move on to the chunk of and that's pretty much the Marvel books. All right. Avengers World number 14. Nick Spencer, Chicha, Chicha, Chichewa. If I'm butchering the name, I apologize. Oh man, this was really good. This was fun. That's the one thing about Avengers World that I've been noticing, that Nick Spencer just has a fun time writing this. The artwork is really good. Like I said, there's several stories going on because the teams are broken up. But the biggest thing is, yes, we see Shang fighting the dragon, giant dragon. Remember, Shang-Chi is Pym particled up. He's got Pym particles in him, and he's all Pym particled up, and he's fighting this dragon, and he beats the dragon. He literally beats the dragon, which is really cool. Then we have another story that was going on also in this, where uh, another team of Avengers are in Italy dealing with Morgana Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay, we thought Sebastian Druid was dead, but he's not. Um, just a lot of stuff that's going on, which was really interesting indeed. And of course, does the Avengers save the day? Yeah, I'll spoil it. Yes, but we realized that at the end, a certain group of future Avengers, especially young, are not going back to their own time. They want to stay in the 616 world. So yes, it looks like the next Avengers are staying, but Maria Hill knows about it. It's kind of funny because they were playing a video game, they didn't know how to do it right, and Maria had to show them how to do it. But yeah, it's interesting. I'll even show you like where basically you got Maria telling them like basically, so when are you guys going back to your own time? And you know Hawkeye's son is like, you mean you didn't tell her? And then he's like, I thought you were gonna tell her. And oh yeah, okay, good. And that's when they all say, yeah, we're staying. The one thing I also liked about this is this beautiful fold of like a lot of the Avengers. Um, Cap gives this good speech about, which I enjoyed. Um, he gives this great speech to Maria Hill. He talks about why the only way the Avengers can outlive us is if we keep getting bigger, keep reaching for more. It's not the roster or the tower, it's the idea of it. We put out the call, and the world answers. Basically saying that now the Avengers have they have members from all around the world. But yeah, it was good. We still continue to see that romance between Cannonball and Smasher in there as well. Axis #2. Rick Mirender and this is Adam Kubert. You gotta love those Kubert brothers, right? Holy shit. Oh my god. I did not hate this issue. Was it good? Yes. Was it great? No. But once again, we're just seeing more and more of the power of Red Onslaught. I believe that's what it's called. And he was able to pierce into Tony Stark's brain and unlock some weapons that Tony thought he erased from his memory, that were specifically to target, superpowered people. They were Sentinels, and they're made of like vibranium and things like that. And they do some stuff in here that just like, oh crap. Tony tries his best to deal with it, as well as Rogue, who's all hooked up on Wonder Man's powers. So she has like Wonder Man's ionic powers. Janet, and we get to see literally Dick Summers not really act like a dick in this. He and Alex are fighting along each other's side. They're talking about, thing and that. Nightcrawler tells Scott, look, right now we can't deal with this. Let's deal with this bad guy. Just so much stuff that's going on here. And Magneto, the ending. Oh, let me just talk about, how do I feel about the Wasp and Havoc relationship? I don't mind it. It's cool. Because in the future they actually have a kid. But at the end of this issue, when all looks lost for the armored Avenger, he gets help from an unlikely source. And now let me put the emphasis on that. Magneto comes back and he brings help, and boy does he bring help. And you just got to read it for yourself. Daredevil #9. Mr. Mark Waid still just making that magic. Magic Wade. Magic Wade. That's my nickname for him. As you all know, the villain that I was talking about was Purple Man. It seems like Purple Man has made it with his way to San Francisco. He tried to make his own family, but it turned around and bit him in the ass. And now we have 5 to 4 kids who are similar to him, and they are just causing havoc. And Matt tries his best to deal with it. I'm not gonna spoil how it ends. Is Purple Man dead? I'm not gonna spoil that either. But this was really good. No complaints whatsoever. Here it is. Death of Wolverine #4. Charles Soule, like I said, Mr. Steve McNiven. I love your artwork, sir. Wow. Yes. Let me do that again. Wow. Yes. For all you out there who are saying, this was a stupid storyline, that's your opinion, and okay, but to me, no way was this bad. It all comes. I like who the real person was, who put out the hit on Logan, and it makes perfect sense. It comes full circle, and I'm gonna spoil it for you right now. Who that person was Simon Cornelius, Dr. Cornelius, the same man behind the Weapon X, things like that. And he's trying to make his own updated versions, and he needs Wolverine's special abilities. Unfortunately, Wolverine. What is cool? Wolverine is wearing like those classic claws he wore back when he was back in World War II, which is kind of cool. And Logan just does it what he can, how he can, and it how does he die? I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but I will tell you it was pretty poetic and really heroic. Um, but it was cool. Mm, mm.
I check your liver. Till then, I'll be in contact Monday. I'm going out the door.
Okay, apologize for that, guys. But yeah, like I said, Death of Wolverine, number 4 of 4. This was really good. Like I said, Wolverine, very poetic. Um, very poetic, and just Mr. McNiven's artwork in this was just so beautiful. Um, and it was worth it. Was this worth four or five? Was this worth $5? Um, I maybe not, but McNiven's artwork definitely makes it worth it. Pretty much. And Charles Soule, you did a good job too. So okay, Edge of Spider-Verse, number 5. Um, this is written by who is this written by? Gerard Way and Jake Wyatt does the artwork. Like I said, I really was not gonna pick this one up actually, but I decided to. I was like, but like I said, guys, I'm a collector. I gotta have. It's like okay, I can't just sit by. I'm missing something. Then I'm gonna start like, okay, I'm missing it. But in this issue, SP Dar or Spydar, this very much felt like a combination of Samus, Gundam, um, G Gundam actually, and I would say Tekka Man. The character in this, her name is Penny Parker, and the spider, it's like a suit that goes over her, but she also has like a spider. It's connected with her. Her father was the first who wore this. She took over the mantle. We do get to see her version of Mysterio, Aunt May, and Uncle Ben, and I believe Daredevil, which he knew Penny's father. Unfortunately, things start to come to fruition. Basically, and she meets Spider Ham and another Spider-Man, and she's just like, "Oh my God, what the hell is going on?" and things like that. And basically, the story of her, she will continue more in the Spider-Verse team up book between uh, these two, as you can see. The suit is really big, like she's really tall in the suit, but yeah, it was cool, not bad. Was it perfect? No. Was it over the top great? No. But I did enjoy it. Uh, the Logan Legacy, number 1 of 7. Charles Soule once again, and Oliver Nome does the artwork. Pretty much this is kind of, in a sense, like I said, who will take up the mantle, or in a sense, um, that what's going on with Logan. Basically, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Daken, X-23, and Raven have been kidnapped by this man who all know that these people are connected to Wolverine in some way. They also connected to Dr. Cornelius in some way, which is kind of interesting because I don't remember, especially Raven, Mystique being connected. But you can see that X-23 is taking Wolverine's death the hardest. I'm not even joking. She has, her hair is dyed blue and yellow. Like there, she has like not the fully, like it's like here and here, like blue and yellow. Um, Sabretooth is like, yeah, he got what he deserved, and you're like, fuck you, Victor. Daken, I'm not sure about, and as for uh Yuriko, you can kind of say that, like, but she just wants her honor. That we saw talked about in the Death of Wolverine. But this man seems to know a lot about all of these. Like, there's like kill switches to stop each one of them, and just one word, and it was crazy, but it was pretty good. A very felt very much like a thriller, a suspense thriller that you're trying to piece it all together. But not bad. Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man, #6, Bendis, David Marquez. Not gonna spoil too much for you guys, but this was really good. I really, really wish y'all had kept Peter Parker dead. It seems that the Peter Parker that has shown up is really maybe the real Peter Parker. Miles and Norman have a fight in there, and it's almost literally a one-sided fight. Um, and I'm not gonna spoil who's on the receiving end of it, but but you just have to read it for yourself. Um, but this was really good, and Norman leaves. I will say this: a word of advice. Norman drops a on bombshell for Miles. But yeah, this was good, very good. New Avengers, number 25, Hickman still continues to, like I said, right now I'm really have to really read anything Hickman, especially Avengers. I have to really like read it 3 times to really understand what the hell is going on. And in this, we get to see a lot of shit is going on, um, including the fact that Wakanda has fallen, and I'm like, oh shit. Uh, we get to see a Reed Richards, a high top fade. Reed Richards looks crew cut, like buzz cut. Here, let me show you what Reed looks like. Okay, there you go. That's Reed down at the bottom. Zip. That's his new hairstyle. uh, but the interrogations panel with Sue and Amadeus Cho was interesting because all Amadeus Cho wants is a sandwich. He's like, "You got a sandwich or something like that?" But this was good. It was good. Like I said, it took me 3 times to read just to understand it, but I get the gist of it. Spider-Man 2099. Peter David. This is the first entry into Edge of Spider-Verse for Miguel, and it seems that there are other versions of Miguel O'Hare, and the ones that are being killed off, the current Miguel O'Hare, who is in the 616 universe, is feeling them getting killed. Like, one was like a teenage boy, a teenage Miguel, and he gets his neck stabbed, and Miguel feels it, and he can see it too. because he's like, Morlun. I thought Morlun was dead. Things like that. And we see a lot of like ooh and like ooh, and it's like, oh God, like it's just stuff like that. And and all the deaths, like I said, Miguel feels it. And it's just in a point of like where Miguel even says like, I gotta find Peter Parker. So basically, yeah. uh And once again, I can't wait to the next issue of Amazing Spider-Man, because we get to see what May has been up to. And from what I hear, May is now an adult. But mm, mm, mm. But other than that, this was pretty dang good too. Storm number 4, Greg Pak. We saw what Nightcrawler, how he dealt with Wolverine's death. Now we get to see what Storm, how she felt about losing her lover. Yeah, like I said, I didn't mind Storm and Logan being together because they've known each other so long. It was an easy connection. It's easy to see them maybe had some feelings for each other, and it's fine. But Storm deals with it in a different way, very emotional, to the point where, as we all know, Storm needs to keep her emotions in check, and we see that. There's even a point in this title where Hank takes Storm out into space, where she can kind of let off that pumped up emotion in her, and the whole world sees what she does. And when she gets back to the Jean Grey school, um, Storm is she goes into Wolverine's his office, and you just very touching. You see her just cuddle with his jacket, and just saying, I miss you. Storm gets sees on Logan's desk a phone, and the phone number is from an old classic Wolverine ally, Yukio. And Storm goes to talk to her, and Yukio's like, "Oh my God, Storm! And look, you're going back to the Mohawk. Last time I saw you with the Mohawk, you were kind of a little crazy, in terms of like how she felt that time." And Storm's like, Yukio, you're in a wheelchair again. Things like that. But we get to see some things there. I'm not going to spoil too much, but we do get to see that Wolverine had more than just a purpose with the X-Men or with the Avengers, something like that. There was some things that he kept in check, and it's kind of shown in this issue a lot. But I don't want to spoil too much for it. It was good to see Moses Magnum in this book, but yes, it was pretty dang good. Well done. And this bad boy right here, Wolverine and the X-Men number 10, with a whole slew of artists, was pretty much is basically a lot of the kids and the students and some of the other, X-Men paying their respects to Wolverine. One of Wolverine's former lovers, by the name of uh, Melita Garner, who is writing a book on Wolverine, his life. They just give her stories and stuff like why he mattered or something like that. But yeah, it was good. Some of the artwork I just didn't like. I mean, there's a part in here when we get to see what Iceman looks like, and I'm just like, you know. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It was a pretty decent issue. Very well. That is it, guys. I will see you guys next time. That's all I got. As you all know. As you all know me, guys. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. Damn it, Chris Jericho. It's because of him I say it like that now. The Twitter. But you can find me there. You can find me on Tumblr. Um, like I said, you can find me on Facebook. Just look up Christopher Bennett. That's me. Um, Twitter at Mount Vernon Kid, Tumblr, The Honorable Warrior 1982. That is me. I'm a triple threat. But like I said, I had fun with that. Good week, solid week. I can't wait till next week because we get the first issue of that crossover between the Ghostbusters and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I cannot wait for that. We're looking forward to that. But I can't spoil too much of what you'll see me. You'll just have to wait for that haul video. But other than that, guys, this is the Omni Geek High Lord of New York, Mount Vernon Kid, saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real, guys. I'll see you guys next time with another review. Follow me, follow all my friends, including me mentor, me bro, me brother from another mother, Blue Goblin, Zero, Blue Goblin. Follow both channels, Blue Goblin 01, Blue Goblin X. Follow Arkham Asylum, with he and his girlfriend just do a lot of kooky and crazy and talk about a lot of crazy stuff. It's fun. Um, just you won't be disappointed, guys. I promise you. If you like my reviews, you're gonna love Blue Goblin's review, because he is the guy that got me into doing my reviews. So yeah, he is one of my best friends. I love him. Anything like that. But other than that, you guys take care. Like I said, the sweepstakes is almost finished. We got 2 more weeks, I think, or another 1 more week before, and yeah, I will be delivering the winner of the first sweepstakes, and then we move on and it starts all over again. But other than that, you guys take care.